Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from inside and outside of the squared circle. We will go through and offer some in-depth analysis of the biggest events of the year, as well as bringing you exclusive interviews with some of the industry's biggest names. There will also be live show reviews, in-depth features, and podcasts. So make sure you give that subscribe button a slam so you don't miss any of the action.
Hey guys, what is up? It is Dan here from the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel, and I am joined by Scott and Rob, and we are here to talk all things WrestleMania Backlash.
Oh gosh, I still hate that name. I can't believe they've stuck with it, but oh well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of put me in a bad mood already. I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
So we officially now retired the pay-per-view predictions. We are now on premium live event predictions for this year. So this year, obviously 2020, the 2020-21 and the 2021-22 predictions were all pay-per-view predictions. I'm joined obviously by the two former champions here. Obviously, that is now all null and void, obviously, as we move into
not null and void, but
as we move into a new era of premium live event predictions. And obviously the first premium live event of our year, so to speak, our year obviously going from WrestleMania to WrestleMania, is WrestleMania Backlash. And yeah, there's a few WrestleMania rematches on this one. One randomly that they've just, for some reason, changed.
Last minute, right?
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later on. But yeah, obviously, as you can see, guys, Lucas is not with us today. He is on. I'd say he's on vacation now. He's at a wedding, so we'll let him off.
I guess love's important and all that.
Yeah, and so obviously no predictions from Lucas, so he'll probably do that on the pre kickoff show. And so I do have the dice still. Let's get underway with the first match, and that is going to be a rematch from WrestleMania: AJ Styles versus Edge. So let's see who is gonna go first. It is number 3, which is Lucas. Obviously not here, so flips round to Rob.
Oh, how convenient! How perfectly timed is that? Nothing changes, does it? Do you know what? I think with them building up the way they have this new kind of stable that we've talked about with Edge, Damian Priest at the moment, I think it'd be really silly for them to just give AJ the win. It just doesn't make sense. However, this is Vince we're talking about, but it doesn't make sense on a booking side and a building side. If the stable's there to build all these other people, then them taking the first loss on a new PLE, but of them as a stable, it is ridiculous. It wouldn't work. So I'm going AJ Styles to win, but I think it's going to be like via DQ or something like that. So AJ will. I'm not going to bonus point, but it'll be AJ winning. But I don't think it will be as a free count. I don't think we'll get going.
Okay. Are you sure you're not on a bonus point? First prediction and first bonus point of the new PLE calendar.
As a reigning champion, I'll bonus point it, and we'll see what happens. This comes back. This is your fault.
So you're going to bonus point it that it's
AJ will win,
but AJ to win, but by like DQ or
it won't be like the pinball submission. He'll win in another way.
Okay, so if he wins, phenomenal 4 on 1, 2, 3. You is on -1 point.
I'll be disgraced by the fact that that's awful booking.
No, it'd be on 0 points because he'd get the point for picking AJ to win, then it'd go back down to 0.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's fine.
Nil pois, like
Nil
us at the Eurovision. So
Yeah.
As Colt Cabana says, I'll stay at square zero, and I'm happy with that.
So, so yeah, background to me. Right. So, yeah, similar to what you're saying. I mean, I don't really see why they would have Edge lose this when they're giving like the momentum to this new stable. So I reckon it will be like an Edge win, similar to what you're saying, really. Like AJ, you said AJ to win by DQ or count out. I'm gonna say Edge, but I reckon it'll be something like a Priest or like kind of like cause a distraction, or may not even be Priest. It might even be say like other rumored members or something that could be potentially joining them. But
so who's looking like they could be joining them then? Who are the
the rumored names were Rhea Ripley, because she's just turned on Liv Morgan as well, and Ciampa as well.
Oh, okay,
That's the other name, but obviously Ciampa had the thing with Mustafa Ali over on Raw.
So who do you think is most likely to join then out of two of them? Would you say Rhea Ripley?
Probably Ripley, yeah. But yeah, if obviously we're talking about Damian Priest, if you haven't already, as we said before, go back and check out our interview with Damian Priest from last year. And also, we've also mentioned him, and that is Ciampa as well. Nice to see that we have his correct name there. No longer Tommaso Ciampa, one of those WWE name changes. Just Ciampa nowadays. So yeah, if you haven't already, go back and check those out. They were a whole heap of fun.
They were indeed.
So yeah, for me, yes, I think it's going to be Edge, but I think like Rob was saying, I don't think this match is going to end like clean. I think it's going to be some kind of like a distraction finish or whatever, but Edge will be declared the winner at the end.
Ooh, see, I'm in the same kind of line of thinking of both of you, that it would be weird to make Edge lose, but that's why I can see both scenarios of that you've both mentioned. You know, if AJ wins, but because the last one kind of ended on shenanigans anyway of Priest, so unless it's a new member and they get away with it, or they
just go no contest and then we cover all bases then.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. No, like if someone does interfere, if it's just Priest, it will be a rehash. So I think if someone interferes, it's got to be someone new, hopefully. But I think people, you know, as wrestling fans tend to do, we might be getting our hopes up there. So, yeah, it would be good to see that. So, I don't know, AJ. I kind of like Rob's idea really, because it would be weird. Because AJ, yeah. So did AJ win the last one then? Did he lose?
Yeah,
at Mania. Because Priest got involved, but he got away with it basically. Priest got away with interfering, right?
Well,
no. So Priest stood there. AJ went to do a phenomenal
distracted him,
and then Edge speared him.
So
technically, nothing happened. If you know what I mean.
So they've kind of done that already, then, haven't they? Getting away with it without not getting involved. So if they do get involved, they either get DQ'd and don't get away with it this time,
or they do the whole blue light thing again, like they did on Raw a couple of weeks ago with Priest and Styles, where Priest just randomly disappeared.
Oh yeah, because you got all that kind of stuff going on as well.
I can think of the exact word you were going to say there as well. All of that.
I was just about to agree with Rob and even bonus point it would be exactly the same.
Oh, that's tasty.
Yeah, go on then. As soon as I talk you into it, Rob, I'll be the same. AJ Styles to win by DQ or some other shenanigans there.
Okay,
bonus point in it. Yeah, we're just helping Dan. We're trying to help you, Dan, to get your to your first title here.
Tag teaming up. Is that what it is?
I mean, I was close last year actually.
Close both years.
On the last one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if we go back to last year's, obviously I missed out by a point, so you were obviously only 2 points behind that. It was very close for all of us actually.
It was, yeah. Good year.
Yeah, hopefully this year we've got a few more premium live events to do. Obviously, the Cardiff one as well now. And
yeah, Clash at the Castle. Yeah. Of course it is. Of course it has to be called something like that.
I'm sure there'll be some stuff around that. I'm not even around for that. I'm not even in the country.
I know.
One time we come over to the UK.
Here. Yeah,
I'm skedaddling off out of here. So yeah. All right, so let's go on to the next match, and that is Happy Corbin versus Madcap Moss. Obviously, these two have been feuding since. Well,
genuinely had no idea. I haven't watched. I say a lot of these prediction things now. How little I've been watching the weeklies. But usually, I try and do a little bit of catching up. I've done nothing. I had no idea this was even a feud. So it makes sense from what Mania. I kind of see it, but yeah, I haven't seen a thing. So
yeah, it's essentially Corbin's been just being a bit of a naughty boy at really beating up Madcap because of obviously winning the Andre Battle Royal. Or if you want to go on what they said on the premium on the kickoff show to WrestleMania, the Andrew the Giant Battle Royal. Stole the trophy, went to destroy the trophy, and Madcap Moss was disguised as one of the people that was obviously carrying it down to the ring. And then, they got into a bit of a brawl, and now that's it. So they are officially split.
Cool. So, thanks for the recap there. It was like Lady SmackDown was back.
There we go. So you get it for free. And yeah. Right. Let's see who's going first on this one.
Well, hopefully not me.
Oh, it's Lucas again.
Oh, okay. Back to Rob.
Someone check that loaded dice.
I blame Lucas, mate. Not
I am. Unbelievable. Do you know what? In the nicest way, I really don't care.
See, I feel like we were like that before about Madcap Moss, and every time we've been like that, he's impressed us.
Yeah.
Are you bonus pointing that you don't care, that you just want to forfeit? Yeah.
No.
I'll lock you in for forfeit.
I just, they were so good as a not even a team, but like just as a collective, I guess. I just don't understand this whole. Surely someone like, I get the hillside from Corbin, but
maybe it's a bit too soon to do this.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see them do a bit more, because let's say that obviously they're feuding now, they're split, they have this match. Maybe they have a grudge match. Maybe they don't. But if they don't, that's it. Then what's next for both of them? At least they were on screen and they were getting TV time for being. You know what I mean? Like having this weird gimmick. I don't know. I don't see the logic on it. However, we were saying that if Corbin has just lost, if Corbin, someone kicked out of End of Days, then this has got to be something for Corbin to move up from. So maybe this is their way of kind of splitting him, making him more serious again, and building him up. So if they're gonna do that, for that reason, I'm thinking it's got to be. I want to say Corbin, but I feel like Madcap Moss is gonna get it.
You just explained why Corbin.
I know. But this is what I mean. It annoys me. I hate going first. I'm going Madcap Moss. Oh, I should have said that. I should have said that.
So it is locked in.
Right. So we've locked you in for Madcap Moss. Yeah. Well, I gotta say, mine's a bit more cut and dry than you, actually. I feel like it's going to be a very clean victory for Madcap Moss.
Wow.
I think it's going to be pretty quick. And he's going to embarrass Corbin, I think, and go over him in probably 5 or 6 minutes. So I think, Madcap Moss for me.
Yeah, I guess you're weighing up. It's like Rob just said there, and we had the discussion after WrestleMania that, is this, like you say, to give him something? And he's going to move on to, go towards the top of the card or something like that. And I would say it's been deserved. He's been a great performer in the past few years. Good hand to have, in that kind of area of the card. But it's kind of getting stacked as it is, so maybe not. So it's either between that or making a new star. It's either elevating Corbin or making a new star. And I think at the moment, the reason this feud's happening, although Rob doesn't like it, and I also think it's probably a bit too soon. I don't know if you can say too soon, but it feels soon anyway. It's probably because they're trying to make a new star. So I think that's the direction they're going to go with it. And I think you're probably right, Dan, that Madcap Moss is going to win.
Yeah, I think it's Honestly, I do think it's one of those where I think it's a bit more cut and dry than we think it's just going to be a bit more of a 50-50. But yeah, let's move on to one I don't think's as cut and dry for me, and that is Omos taking on Bobby Lashley, a rematch from WrestleMania. Again, Bobby Lashley, another one of those that we interviewed back last year. So go and check that. Yeah. There's quite a few actually, mate. There's Kevin Owens. There's Big E, as we've already mentioned. Ciampa, Damian Priest, Doudrop. Obviously, they're not on the show, so
we'll get them in now. Then,
get a few of them in now. So. Yeah, right. Let's. Is it worth me rolling the dice, Rob, or do you want to just go first?
Roll and see what happens.
It is number.
Oh, hey, so that's Lucas again, but Lucas ain't here, so Rob.
Hang on, I'm just double checking. Yeah, there is a look. See,
there are other numbers on it. Yeah.
There are. Yeah. A 4, a 3, and 2 somewhere.
2 somewhere. Oh,
there it is.
I don't know why I'm getting up this conspiracy of there being no 2 when I'm number 2.
Cool, Sammy saying about this conspiracy stuff. I see. Again, I think this is hard to call because Omos is now in this position with MVP. Obviously, Lashley was. You know what it kind of feels like? The same story we kind of had with Brock and Roman with Paul Heyman. Switching.
I thought you were going to say Brock and Big Show.
Same again, yeah.
The same sort of thing, yeah.
I really like it though because it keeps both guys busy. My worry is if Omos gets pinned, that's it. Like as we said before, like if he gets pinned, there's not much more you can do with him, and other than try and rebuild him as a monster. And sometimes that doesn't work. And I think, am I right in saying that Bobby Lashley won? Lashley won the first match, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right, so for that,
MVP turned after that, right? He turned on the Raw after, maybe, was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So at that time, it was a different dynamic. It was basically heel versus heel. Although Lashley faced Drew, didn't he, in the UK? Because he, that clip of him.
Oh, that was brutal.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Thank goodness he's all right. But
I
assume he was playing the heel that day. So, but on TV, am I right? Is he playing a babyface? I assume so.
I would say so.
MVP.
Yeah.
It's more of the face than Omos is, because of, as you said, MVP and that.
Lashley's apparently they are hyping him as the second biggest babyface on Raw. So,
okay,
all right. So I'm going for the sake of us because I feel like because there's already been a victory for Lashley, biggest one is over. So in order for that to happen, Omos would have to win this in order for them to have that big finish. And it will build up to something else. So I'm going Omos for that reason. That's the only reason.
Yeah, so for me, I think this was the one I think I was most like umming and ahhing about beforehand. But yeah, I think probably Omos. Obviously the reasons you're saying with like Lashley winning the first match and stuff, and like where does it go from here, kind of thing. Do you know what I think? I think the next pay-per-view after WrestleMania Backlash is Hell in a Cell, so they're probably going to have like one eye on what's going to happen there. It's like, are they going to want to do say like a blow-off match inside the cell kind of thing? But then obviously
it doesn't scream Hell in a Cell feud to me though.
No, but then the sight of a guy who's like 7'3" inside a Hell in a Cell just be
touch the ceiling.
A lot of people, It might be where they go back to the old one where it's a lot lower just to make it look a lot bigger. But
as long as it ain't red.
Yeah, well, it probably will be. To be fair, we know what they like with that. But yeah, I think let me think about this logically. So if Lashley wins, then it's like. Yeah, who does he go on to face then after that? So I think weighing it all up, it's probably more likely that it is going to be an Omos victory.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you both. I think Omos has got to win, either to take it to the third match or just simply, to end the feud on Omos looking strong. It's a real shame they split up MVP, and Lashley, because they're great together. But they could come back together later down the line. Who knows? But this is, I think, at the same time, it's a very good thing for Omos to have MVP, and Lashley is kind of naturally in that kind of babyface zone now after the great heel run he's had. So, I think this is probably, when you talk about timing, this is probably the right time compared to the other feuds we're talking about. But yeah, I'd say Omos. Again, just same reasons, really. He probably should win, basically. So hopefully they do that. As much as I like Lashley, it doesn't hurt him to lose it. Whereas Omos, more at risk if he loses.
Cool. So in another rematch from WrestleMania, we now have Cody Rhodes versus Seth Freakin Rollins. So yeah, Seth Rollins, who we didn't interview, but we did a video where Scott tries on a load of suits from Seth Rollins. So yeah, as we say, go back and check those out over on the channel. So yeah, this one obviously we saw at WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes' big return, and yeah, Seth's now playing on the fact of, oh, I was blindsided at WrestleMania. Yeah,
that's a wicked impression.
Hey, John. Yeah, so, right, let's see who's going first. Is it going to be Lucas, Rob, or someone different this time?
Oh, hey.
So me.
Did you notice how only become another number after he showed us that though, Rob? That's a bit suspicious. I think he might have switched the dice.
Yeah, that's the other one. So
got to balance it up, make it look like not too much of a scam. Every now and then you got to throw yourself in there,
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Sound like you've done this before.
I know. I'm just.
Oh, really? He just uses a pop-up pirate thing that never works.
Oh, hey, come on! It works sometimes.
Yeah,
don't ever talk about Ronnie Storm like that.
Yeah, when you
put some respect on his name.
Yeah, where is he? He's got to be around here somewhere.
Right. Gone to sea.
He's on holiday. I think he's on holiday. Oh no, he's here. I know he's not. Just his swords are. Anyway,
he's probably retired, isn't it?
Yeah, he might have done. Yeah, so, works hard.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard work on them ships all day.
Cool.
But yeah, so for this one, so Cody Seth. So we could use the same logic of, well, they fought at WrestleMania and Cody won. So it would make sense to have Seth win. But then Cody so far as I'm aware, is undefeated since he come back. They want to make him look strong. So I feel in that sense, then the most sensible thing to do is to have Cody go over and Cody win this one. So therefore, I'm going to go for a Cody Rhodes victory.
Ooh, okay. This is probably maybe the toughest one to call for me. Because I'm, like you, do you just go with, well, at Mania they did this and now they got to do the opposite, So, yeah, but yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we could literally use that logic for what?
Exactly. And sometimes it is
3/4 of this whole card.
Yeah, sometimes it is, there's a good reason for it. And it should be the case. But yeah, maybe this is the one where you could just go the same way. Keep Cody looking strong. I do feel like it's a strange feud. It felt like maybe it's just to kind of pass time, really, I guess, until he moves on to whatever he is going into the title picture, So, so maybe this, in that sense, you want to keep him looking strong. So him winning is probably the best thing. I just wonder what it does to Seth. Seth's not really in a bad position where if he loses, that's it. But it feels a little bit similar to, when was it, last year at some point? I remember a lot of pay-per-views or PLEs as they are now, but pay-per-views, I guess, then, where it was like, but he's got to get his win eventually. He can only play the kind of comical, the heel lost out, let's laugh at him, and seem kind of respectable for so long, and seem like a threat. So I think that's sort of creeping in, my logic here. But at the same time, I do think it's probably more important for them at the moment to keep Cody looking strong. So yeah, I think Cody's going to win.
Yeah, I'm on the same kind of wavelength with you, Scott. Bringing someone back to lose instantly doesn't make sense. I guess if you do it with specific people, it can work because you could build this up and coming babyface kind of climbing and climbing and climbing.
Yeah.
That would work because they can take a loss, rebound, and get that pop again. And it'll work for that. Someone like Cody, the minute he loses, I think his momentum won't stop. But his momentum won't stop, but he'll be in a position where he's taken his loss already.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're presenting him in a new way. This isn't the same Cody Rhodes as before. So, and they've done a very good job at it, to be fair, to kind of convince the audience. And this isn't a slight on Cody, but obviously the way he was presented last time round isn't the same as this. So he's gone away, done that. And not often do you come in and continue to kind of keep that upward trajectory. But I think they've done a really good job on it. Yeah, but they can't really risk going like Cody's always been a big deal. And then suddenly kind of make him feel like the old Cody. Do you know what I mean? It is a bit of a risk, I think, if he not so much if he loses, because he could lose in like a valiant effort, great match, and he's kind of just I won on the prize sort of thing, and Seth rolls him up unexpectedly or something like that. I can see him kind of getting away with it a little bit if it was like that. But then you have to go to a storyline where why wasn't he focused and all this kind of thing to really kind of make it have a, and I don't think that's where they're going with him.
Yeah.
So,
no, exactly. I mean, if it was a case of, let's say, going for a title, then I could see it because he's distracted by a champion and it's just for that, and it builds to that. But because there's nothing on the line other for Cody, it's for Seth to get redemption. Yeah. If anything, it'd be Seth that's going to be caught short and do the same sort of thing as you've just said. So I just can't see Seth getting a victory. I can see him getting a DQ just to get one over on Cody, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm going Cody with a win.
Going for a clean sweep of Cody Rhodes. Fair enough. So I'm guessing co-main events for this one. So we'll go this one first. So we're going to go with the first of our two main events, which will be the I Quit match between Ronda Rousey, and if you didn't tell me that was Charlotte Flair, I would not have a bloody clue who that person was on the left, because it's nothing like Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, they do go a bit mad sometimes on the photoshopping, don't they?
Yeah, the fact she's got the SmackDown Women's title over her shoulder would make me think that they are trying to portray that as Charlotte Flair. But yeah, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, I Quit match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Let's see who it is. It is...
Normal service resumes.
There we go.
See, you changed that dice. I want to click that. Oh man, I care as much about this match as I did with Corbin and Madcap Moss. I
thought you might say that. Yeah,
we see it. Like, it happened. The match that we wanted to see happened.
Yeah,
and it wasn't good. So let's put them in. Did you say an I Quit match?
Yeah.
So let's put them in an I Quit match where it's going to be the same thing again. Like I thought
the match was decent. I think I remember being.
You think you remember that exactly?
Yeah, I'm sure it was good. It wasn't terrible. Like, I remember thinking it was.
I remember the more botches than I do the actual match.
Oh my gosh! Right. Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know.
You've got an agenda. You're anti-Ronda. So
I'm not. Look, if she puts on I was anti-Riddle. I forget that.
Yeah.
And now I like the guy. So
I was anti-Otis. And I still am. Glad you have enjoyed him.
It's because he didn't cash that briefcase in. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's that. I would have been more anti-Otis then, but Otis had his place anyway.
Look, if you're gonna do it, this needs to be that match that really it does something. I think this has got to be the match of the night to really, really win fans over, because some fans are half and half with Charlotte, other fans are half and half with Ronda, and it's just a bad position to be in. Like, how do you book that? Basically, you can either have the Flair win, or you can have Ronda win, and WWE loves both of them. So, what do? You know, I just don't. I don't get the philosophy of doing it again this quick.
It's like you kind of got away with it last time, innit? We've done the one and done.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Move on. Why?
Yeah, drag us back into it.
Yeah. So I don't see it ending up well. However, if Ronda's still around, then I feel like she's around for a reason. I just can't see Ronda saying I quit. I just can't see it, and I can't see Flair saying it. So I really don't know. I think for the sake of if it's the words I quit, I think they're more likely going to get it from Charlotte because she could bounce back. Ronda last time had that match, that triple threat at Mania, and she didn't bounce back well. And look at the position she's in now. So I think to protect Ronda, she'd have to win the championship that way. So I'm going for Ronda.
With it, so.
Yeah, but my thing is, how can you do something dodgy within a night quit when?
But it's the only example is Mankind against The Rock.
I can think of.
A rehash of that. I mean, it is 23 years ago, and they do kind of act like wrestling fans don't remember 23 weeks ago. So they do kind of just insult our intelligence quite a bit with that kind of repetitive, kind of like the old suplex spot that happens all the time when a ring collapses in and things like that. So.
Mate,
I wouldn't put it past them.
They made a really recent reference on NXT this week, so Vince has probably only just watched this film thinking it's just come out, and that was a reference from Cool Runnings.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so Vince probably thinks that's like the hottest new film out.
That's a good film.
So, yeah.
I'm going Ronda because I think if she says I quit, after all she took a loss. Then she took another loss, and then she loses this one. It's like that 3 in a row. When it be the baddest woman on the planet, that doesn't build that character. Do you know what I mean?
Was her other loss then?
She lost at Mania, like a big right?
Yeah.
And then she lost against Charlotte. I'm just trying to think.
You mean the Mania years back?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking she lost at that Mania. Then she lost against Charlotte recently. So she has another match against Charlotte. Basically 3 matches at Judging Charlotte in a row, and she lost all 3. Doesn't really propel her. So I think for the sake of that, Ronda's winning. That's my fault on it. So yeah, I'm going Ronda.
Okay, so me next is I think purely I think because I can't see her saying I quit, I think it has to be a Ronda victory. I don't see. So you got a thing as well. You got Charlotte will do like the figure 8 stuff. Ronda will do like the armbar stuff. It depends on, I guess, what direction they want to go with next with Ronda as well, and with Charlotte, of course. Charlotte probably be like a 20-time champion by the time Clash at the Castle comes round. But yeah, I know, right? It's like wacky races out here, I think. So who are we going to go with? I think the sensible option for me, I think, is Ronda for this one. As I say, purely because I feel as though she's not going to say I quit.
Yeah, no, I got you. Right, quick before I do, I see we've got a comment here. JVDB, hello lads, it's Backlash tonight. It is not tonight. Well, I hope it's not, because I have a plan for that. And Backlash is on next Sunday, right, guys?
8th of May.
Yeah, so we'll be back in for the build-up show as well. So JVDB, once again, please come back and join us on that night. So today is just our normal predictions and preview episode, but we'll be back when it is actually on next Sunday.
Well, we say Sunday the 8th of May. In the UK it's more Sunday the 9th,
Monday night.
Monday the 9th. It'll be on.
That's gonna be weird. Obviously last time I watched the PLE, I was on the American time, wasn't I? It was regular time. But yeah, gonna be strange having to stay up late again for it. So yeah, I'm with both of you. I mean, how can they get Ronda to say I quit? I was thinking, could they even change it away from her? But sometimes when they change up the match rules and act like it was always that way, like I could see them kind of making it basically a submission match where you have to tap someone out. And I thought, was that how they get away with Ronda not saying it? But then that's almost worse because of her MMA background of physically tapping out. So I can't see them kind of changing it up to kind of protect her like that, because it won't protect her. It'll kind of, like I say, make things worse. So Yeah, I think Ronda's got to win. The only way is if they do the whole, like say, the Mankind's, I quit, which I can't see unless it looks like, and again, I've been watching the weekly, so let me know if it could go this way. Unless it looks like Charlotte could be joining some sort of force with someone else, and that person is the one that plays the tape or fakes it or whatever else, In order for Charlotte to do it, like when The Rock did it, he was part of the corporation, So for Charlotte to do it, it's not a one-person thing. Do you know what I mean? You're kind of in cahoots with someone to kind of get that over. So unless that's going to happen, I don't see him doing any kind of shenanigans like that. But then again, they had the demon fall off of the top rope and never ever explained that either. So who knows? But no, I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey winning. Quick comment back here again. I was gonna say I thought it was next Sunday, and then found out there was loads of channels doing previews tonight. Oh, are they? We're not the only ones. Well, thank you for picking us, mate. Yeah, no, it's not on tonight. Again, I would have panicked then because I've already eaten, and that means I wouldn't be able to do my pre-show meal.
The staple of PLEs now. So it's the food channel, isn't it?
Of course,
get your own channel from like that little 10 to 11 or that 11 to midnight slot.
I reckon you should.
Funny you should say that, Dan. Of course, we do have more Rebellious Noise channels, including Tastes, RN Tastes. So check that out if you do like some of the old food content. And the original Rebellious Noise channel, of course, has a lot of our old food content on there as well. So nice little segue that, Dan. See, we can all do plugs, mate.
And talking of that,
there we go. Oh, he's gonna outplug me here. Look,
my dinner last night, mate. I had pie and mash from EastEnders. Which
nice one.
You can see if you go over onto the Rebellious Noise channel. You can see the boys doing a review of EastEnders pie and mash as well as other pie and mash.
I was going to try and outplug you there and go higher, but then I thought, you know what? There's a limit to kind of taking the mick out of this sort of cheap plug stuff in it. Let's not annoy our viewers that much. But of course, we do appreciate you checking out our other content.
If I want a cheap plug, I'll go to B&Q.
Oi.
Stop it.
Right, what's the next match?
So, talking of matches where they just change stuff and do what they want.
Gosh.
This was supposed to be the title unification match between the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions. For some reason, this has now turned into a 6-man tag team match with, as far as we know, no championships on the line.
Okay, cool.
It is Drew McIntyre teaming with RK Bro to take on the Bloodline. So Roman Reigns and the Usos.
And why is this, by the way? I mean, I know we don't know why it's been changed, but we can speculate. And obviously, I think our predictions will kind of factor into that. But why Drew is what I'm asking. Has he been on TV with him or?
So basically, Drew came out on SmackDown after RK Bro were being beaten up by the whole Bloodline. So it was meant to be a contract signing. Roman basically came out after Randy Orton had essentially like mugged them off.
Right.
And then they got into a bit of a brawl. RK Bro were getting the upper hand. Roman came out, and then Drew basically came out to even the odds. And then
is Drew going into feuds for the title then after this, do you reckon?
Most likely, yeah. I think they're probably going to build him up for the Castle.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, but that will probably be with Tyson Fury, won't it? So Tyson Fury is also saying he's in talks about doing something at SummerSlam, which would probably set that up, right? Because SummerSlam's in July this year, is it? So it's before it, right? So if that's the case,
well, before that we've got Money in the Bank. We've got Money in the Bank and Hell in a Cell as well. Beforehand.
I really hope it's not Drew's not for the title. I hope Drew don't win. As much as I'm like Drew being the one to end Reigns is maybe a good thing actually. There's not too many new stars you can make, and it kind of cements, as we always say, rewarding him for the time he had to be champion without fans. But yeah, kind of he does it.
And at the Clash of Castle pay-per-views, premium live event, Roman would have I think he would have been 2 or 3 days on from holding the title for a full 2 years as well.
Really? Flipping heck. Yeah, so I think you got to keep it on Roman because, again, I think they are doing this Tyson Fury thing and it really shouldn't have the title. So keep that away from that, to be honest, in my opinion. Yeah.
But, Fury's got enough titles of his own. Don't worry about that. Right, should we see who's going first with this one?
Yeah, go on.
It is number.
Oh. Robert.
Oh, wow. I'm in disbelief, guys.
Well, should be.
I know.
The one thing you can't predict is this.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to.
Champion's advantage, isn't it, mate? You get to go
Really?
first. So.
Yeah, great.
So you'd be setting an example.
Oh well, I'm trying. I think with this is probably the hardest one for me to predict because on one hand,
it's like why are they doing this?
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. It does make sense that Drew's going to go into this feud, right?
Yeah.
But this seems like a match that we would have on a go home show to a Raw or SmackDown before.
Yeah.
That's the perfect thing. And the thing is, all 6 guys in this match aren't awful. They know how to they know how to steal the show.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. I really don't know. I mean, if RK Bro and Drew win, then the Bloodline takes an L, and that's what you definitely don't want. But then if the Bloodline win, it already puts an L on Drew, who's now going for that title. But then I guess it could be you beat me as a group, can you beat me on your own?
Yeah, and he doesn't have to take the pin either. So
exactly. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe because of that, I'm gonna go Bloodline because I think
the Usos are
it's
involved,
more,
isn't it?
it's a little, and I'm repping your boy. Yeah, I just think the Bloodline need to take it makes more sense for the Bloodline to take a win than it would the others. If Bloodline takes an L, it doesn't look good on them. And if they're trying to build them up to be this incredible stable, having them take a loss is ridiculous. It's really bad booking. Like, do it later on. Yeah. And as you said, if they're going for like Clash at the Cards, like 2 years and stuff like that, then if that's the way they're booking it, then Roman still needs to be strong. Granted, one of the Usos can take the pin, but then the Bloodline still took an L. And I don't think that needs to happen. So I'm going Bloodline for a win.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Because I mean, I can see from both. Like, I mean, it was hard enough to try and pick the winner of this when it was just when it was title for title. Like, because I was racking my brains trying to think of who's going to come out of it with the titles. And then obviously now you're throwing Roman and Drew into the mix. Makes me think that possibly the reason that they're doing it is so they can have the Usos lose, but not lose the titles, kind of thing. But yes, it's a bit of a, as I say, bit of a tricky one for this one. Because I think obviously RK Bro are looking very strong at the moment. Also, if you haven't already, guys, go and check out our interview with Riddle, where he does talk quite highly about his teammate Randy Orton, ideas for future entrances, amongst other things. And there's also over on the old Rebellious Noise channel, there's an interview that we conducted with Drew McIntyre. Seems like an eternity ago now. But many moons ago. Great interview with Drew McIntyre on there as well. So go back and check that out if you haven't already. So back to this. So now that's the another cheap plug out of the way. So RK Bro and Drew McIntyre versus the Bloodline. Right. Let's think. Roman Reigns won't be taking any pinfalls in this one. The Usos probably can afford to take a pinfall in this. RK Bro can afford to take a pin. I think if you're building Drew up as strong, then I don't think Drew can take the pin. So it's got to be one of the tag teams will take the pin in this. But it's which one of them. Now, it's literally like a toss of a coin. It's who's going to win this for me. Oh, see, part of me wants to say Bloodline, but then part of me also wants to say RK Bro and Drew. Which way? Screw you, WWE. Giving me
You know
this
what else was
dilemma.
playing a factor to me? Randy's celebrating the amount of years that he's been with WWE, right? And they're doing this big thing. So if RK Bro are gonna be the ones that lose, you're more likely to have Riddle take that pin, because if they're celebrating this like the whole amount of years of Randy's not going to take a pin, at least in this one. However, this is Vince, and what he done with Sheamus for his birthday when he got knocked about at Royal Rumble. Anything can happen. So Randy may take the pin because he's celebrating the amount of time that he's been with WWE. So that's why I thought, because of that, it would be Usos, but Randy ain't gonna get the pin. That was my thought process.
Yeah, it's one of Riddle as well, I guess. Yeah, could even take it, but what way do I go? This is so tricky.
Come on.
I'm gonna say Bloodline. I'm gonna have to go Bloodline. Yeah, just quickly as well, throw to the comments quickly. Would you like to see Randy and Roman feud for both the titles? Down the line, but I think Orton's probably going to have his hands full with after the RK Bro stuff. I think they're going to go into a feud with Riddle and Orton.
Scott, can you attempt to read that name for me?
Through let us know how you pronounce your name, man.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for the comment. Really do appreciate it. We got another one here as well. Also, where does it go? There we go. The match will be like that. By the end of the match, Drew McIntyre will claim Roman Reigns out of the ring, and either the Usos or RKO will take their pin. I think, use it all on the same kind of wavelength here. It's going to be one of the tag teams members that take the pin. I actually think it's going to be probably Riddle taking a pin, so therefore I'm going with the Bloodline to win. And I think the reason why they've changed this match is because although they obviously still do want to unify the titles, I think they can see a benefit in slowing that down and not doing it just yet, because I think they've realized that they don't want to take titles off of RK Bro at the moment because they're doing so well. And you come out a little while ago that they were initially going to break them up a long time ago, and then kind of saw the positive reactions and reception, and I think it is too soon to break it up now. So maybe down the line, obviously SummerSlam, you got to think these big ones. And going back to that comment about whether or not Randy could go after Roman, I could see him being a person that gets Roman closer to his SummerSlam opponent. Randy kind of being that stopgap. But it looks like that's Drew. And then Drew hopefully goes off with Tyson Fury, and Roman goes and does whatever he does at SummerSlam with someone else as well. So I can't see it happening. The feud itself, I think, would be an interesting one, but I can't see it happening. But yeah, going back on this, I think Drew's got to look strong because he's going to go facing him. Was that originally a match on here, or was Roman in no match up until?
No. So literally, SmackDown, they just did a thing where Paul Heyman essentially went into Adam Pearce and was like, well, make the match a 6-man match. There's nothing planned at all for Roman. I think the Roman thing has been up in the air since Mania because they didn't know if he was injured or not. But then obviously working in the house show circuit is a lot more.
Little comment again about Drew McIntyre versus Tyson Fury, WTF. Of course, I just mentioned Tyson Fury. We're just speculating at the moment because it looks like Tyson Fury has basically said after his fight that he is planning on doing something at the UK event and also in talks to doing something at SummerSlam. So I think that's where it's going. And obviously, Drew's been calling him out on Twitter, kayfabe-wise, for about a year now. And Tyson's back and forth. So they've kind of he's mentioned Drew as well. So I think that's what they're going to do. I think the title needs to stay, and we kind of touched on this earlier on, but I think the title needs to stay away from that. So,
they don't need a title for that. Tyson Fury is such a name.
Exactly. It's it'll be huge. But yeah, I'm going with the Bloodline here. I think it makes most sense for them to win. Riddle taking the pin, for example, doesn't affect RK Bro, but them losing the title, they probably think, could affect them quite negatively. So, because I do think the Usos probably would have won it. Because why would you have them with no titles, but Roman walking around with 2? So I think that the idea is to have the image of them holding all of them, and I think they will get there, but they probably just slowed it down a bit now, and maybe even to protect Roman. Maybe Roman isn't 100%, and they think putting him in a multi-man match is probably a safer bet.
Definitely.
And here we go. Drew McIntyre versus Fury will be like Strowman versus Fury. There's no way McIntyre is beating Fury. Yeah, I don't think he'd be beating him anyway. But anyway, come back for that Clash. What's it called? Clash at the Castle. We'll do our prediction show for that. We'll do our build-up show, and of course our recap and review, just like we're doing here for WrestleMania Backlash. And I can't believe I've come around to calling it that, but Backlash, as it was back in my day.
They should have called it WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, nice one.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I actually like that. Now we've had it for this is the third year, WrestleMania Backlash.
What, you like it?
I don't mind it.
Oh, we're going to kick you off the stream. Keep going
because
on with these crazy ideas.
Because you remember when we used to get the in the UK, we get the WrestleMania Revenge Tour.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, it's quite a catchy name. And now it's growing on me. I was like, WrestleMania Backlash. It's a cheap way to get rid of a pay-per-view.
Yeah, and it cheapens the name, in my opinion. I think it cheapens the name. Same as WrestleMania, SmackDown, and Raw.
What's the next one going to be then? Backlash, Hell in a Cell, and then Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank.
One on top of the other, yeah. Anyway, Bloodline for me.
Cool. I think, we're all pretty much bloodline across the board with that one. So, so this would normally be the part where we'd throw over to the predictions table and be like, let's see who's in the lead at the moment. But it's
all of us.
All of us. We're all top of the league.
Hey!
There we go. Hey! Even Lucas, he's not even here, and he's still top.
Brilliant. Lovely.
But obviously, who is going to dethrone Rob? Is he going to have the first ever retention?
Interesting. Is it retention? If you're saying it's PLE, is that how we're doing it?
Yeah, they've just changed the name.
Yeah.
Although, could you say, when Division 1 ended and Premier League started, would that have been a retention?
Yeah, true.
Who won the last Division 1?
Leeds.
Was it Leeds? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, and they definitely didn't win the Premier League. So
going down this year.
Your boys nicked Cantona. Anyway, that's enough football talk. If you like our football chat, though, Rebellious Noise football channel, RNFC, check it out.
RNFC.
That's the one.
Yeah. So go on over there. I mean, obviously, you're not going to hear me talk very positively about football stuff at the minute, so we'll keep that down low a little bit.
I feel good. My team's beat both your teams in the past week. It's beautiful.
Oh, shut up. We're reserving ourselves for Thursday. That's
okay. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Then let's throw the end graphic up and let's get on out of here. Anyway, as usual, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for your comments as well. Don't forget you can follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can see them scrolling along the screen at the bottom now. Follow us on Twitter at RN Pro Wrestling. You can also go on at Reb Noise on all other social media platforms. Don't forget as well, guys, like, share, and subscribe. We will be back next Sunday.
Yeah, unless we are wrong and it is tonight. But next Sunday.
We'll be back when WrestleMania Backlash is on with the recap. With the build-up show, which will be featuring Lucas, hopefully, where we'll get Lucas's predictions. Probably wait until he hears all of ours, and then we'll just go total opposite, so he can sit bottom of the table as usual.
We should do a fake recording and send him that, where we all throw him off.
Just give him a totally different card or something. Give him last year's Backlash.
I wouldn't have done any different. Like I said, I ain't watched the thing lately, so I would have.
So we literally could have got away with doing that.
Yeah, you could have done it to me.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Ta-ra for now.
Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from inside and outside of the squared circle. We will go through and offer some in-depth analysis of the biggest events of the year, as well as bringing you exclusive interviews with some of the industry's biggest names. There will also be live show reviews, in-depth features, and podcasts. So make sure you give that subscribe button a slam so you don't miss any of the action.